Gonna see if I'm showing up live yet. I am live. Well, we'll just wait and see what happens here. Put my telephone down. It is how I am able to see things. And we'll just drink some coffee. Here's to you. I go out walking after midnight, out in the moonlight, just hoping you may be somewhere walking after midnight, searching for me. I walk I walk for miles along the highway. Well, that's just my way of saying I love you. I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you. Well, good morning, the world according to Jim. First in the room today. Thank you for showing up. I've seen you quite a bit lately. How's things going? Cornish Exploring with Alex. Hello, my friend. Once again, you've got an amazing channel, so keep up the awesome content. Well, that's the intent from here forward. Not that we didn't try to do awesome content before, but we're going to be able to focus much more on content. Content and coffee. Jim Bertrand, welcome. Artist on the Road, welcome. Glad you're here. Roy and Becky Raid. Yep, we love Roy and Becky. Gracie Seeking Adventures. Hello, sweetheart. Yep. I wasn't so wide awake first thing this morning because I was up till 3:30. I was awake till 3:30. And Van Life Rocks, good morning to you. Mary Jones, good morning. Good morning. So I was awake, networking. I didn't intend on it even. And a new AeroPress coffee maker. I'm thinking, so I'm using a Keurig right now. My sister bought me a Keurig and gave it to me a while back. And it's nice to have that instant fix because I'm an instant fix kind of girl. Van Vita Travels. Hello, Paula. So glad you came over. And Roy and Becky. It's nice y'all are here. Thought I would check out my phone and see what's going on there. Although I can read the chat pretty well up here. James Katniss, glad you're here. Welcome. I hope you're doing okay. Actually, that could also be a rhythm and blues raid. Roy Becky, rhythm and blues, which I was just listening to right before I went live. And someone else is going to say hello. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
The other half of Burning Up the Roads.
Good morning. Hi.
He's on day 2 without smoking cigarettes. And so we're very happy. Yes, his fingers are crossed. Yes. Yes, because it's been a battle. It's been a battle. Van Life Rocks, good morning, Richard. Van Life Rock said, good morning, Kaylee. Good morning, my dear. Nomadic Ratpack. Let's see. I just want to make sure I've got everything going on right, correctly. So, Vanvita, I'm going to make you a moderator. Now, if you don't want it, just let me know. But you were talking about not understanding, I think, then I think it was you talking about what a moderator does. And I'm going to give you a jacket so that you can get some. I eventually had to have some hands-on experience for me, that was welcoming people because I love to welcome people. So I'm going to go ahead and just toss that over to you. And also, you're watching for trolls, people making trouble, but I have not yet had one in my chat. I have not.
And I can be the first.
You're not going to be the first, buddy. So that is yours now. Oh, he's trying, Gracie. He knows he's got to stay strong. And I was just listening to Roy talk about his cravings, and especially the food cravings. It's not cravings to smoke, it's craving for food, which is like a common experience, is my understanding. I never smoked. I've never smoked a cigarette in my life. I was raised in a house of heavy smokers, and I always just couldn't stand the smell. Oh yeah, dang it. Well, then you just blew my bubble. You just had to do it. Didn't have to do it, but you did. Nomadic Ratpack. Rumor has it when you got a troll, you've made it on YouTube. Let's see. Kaylee, you've never smoked either. Good. It killed my mother. It's on her death certificate. And it killed my sister. And one of my sisters. I have 5 sisters. 3 living, but 5 sisters. So, anyways, I guess we could probably go ahead and start talking about my big news, which I have a feeling isn't as big as I thought it would be, because there's people who already know. But let me just put up a little banner here. So the big news for me and Richard is we hit 1,000 friends 2 days ago. And right now we're at 1,031. And we have 323 watch hours. I know it.
And everybody's listening to wonderful people.
That's pathetic hours, because I've just dove headfirst into gathering a nice group of people, a little family. I better not say that. My little sister freaks out when I call people family. Like they're going to steal me away or something. Like they want me to steal us away. I don't think that's the issue. So we've reached that 1,000 mark. And what we're doing from here is Fordman aka Kenneth Oaks. Hi, sweetheart. I'm glad you're here. I was just letting people know that we have reached 1,000 friends, and now we're working on our watch hours. So that it will allow us now to be more involved in our Linda Barker, good morning, in our content. And we have content. We have quite a bit of content. I think we have like 78 or something like that. And I'll tell you, when it's been a challenge. As anybody? Yes, I know. I'm well aware, Richard. Trying to tell me what I already know. It doesn't work well when that happens.
Collect interest with your content.
Yes. So yeah, the content collects interest, and that is imperative. And so we will have the opportunity now to spend more time on that, because here's what happened with me. I became so obsessed with reaching this mark.
Be truthful, because we are very interesting people, and we have a lot to learn or teach, and you'll all be happy to learn it.
He does stand up every night at 7 p.m. at our house. So Boucher Street, welcome, and I hope that I said that right. It is definitely a milestone. I have not really subrellerated up until now. And so I am just very happy. Then Vanderella, yep, we're very happy too. It has been, as everybody on here who has reached that or is working towards it, because I do know of some channels that are not really working towards that. They just have a channel and they like doing it, and that's all there is to it. Being monetized is not really in the equation, and not because they couldn't, but because they just don't want to for whatever their own personal reasons are. So I am very happy that we've got there. Richard's very happy because he'll probably eat better now. So it's a slog. It's a slog because there's so many elements involved in it. Let me see. I think. Oop, come back here. Things trying to jump out of my hands. So that's what's going on. And now, so we're moving forward. We're looking at some different things we would like to do videos on, different parks, different locations. I believe that once a week, now going forward, I'm also going to do a meal, which food videos that are out there. And Nomadic Ratpack, I have dyslexia, and Simbrilated is my wheelhouse. Yeah. I can imagine. I can imagine. And so I think I'm going to do that. That's not a we thing, because he will die of starvation if I die first, and we're old especially. He's going to die because he just doesn't have any interest in cooking. Thank you, Jim. I enjoy cooking. I learned it from my mom, and I really enjoy it. So what I'd like to do is maybe get some of the recipes that I see online from people who are already out in the nomad lifestyle, which is where we intend to be in January. RV weekends. Did I screw up again on notifications? Hello, Artsy Dude. Welcome. If you just came in the room, I was talking about we have now reached the 1,000 friend mark, and we are now working toward our monetization. So that means our hours are our primary concern. Yes, I'm going to always be networking. It's now just a natural thing on a daily basis. I have a goal of 25 to 50 a day. Probably closer to the 25, but Lucky Dog production moderator, thank you for coming over. The RV DJ, by the way, you did great the other day. I hope you felt good about that first live stream. It was very nice. It was very nice to be there and be a part of it. So I am thinking of looking at some of the people that I know do cooking videos and following along, and then or taking some of the things that I do and adapting it for what I think how it might be out on the road, since I will not have a full kitchen. Britain Farm Homestead, welcome. Glad you're here. I just shared that we reached the 1,000 friend mark, and we're at like 332 watch hours, so we're low on the watch hours, but now we're going to be going headfirst into that end of this, which I'm excited about. I'm excited and I'm not excited. And the reason is, as I have whined and whined and whined, I am not in love with editing. I like it once I get into it, but there's some little pieces that you have to do beforehand, like uploading it from your phone or whatever you've got. And it's just cumbersome. I don't care for that. You meant to be RVing got their hours, and Roy and Becky and many others are close. I know it. So I'm running Roy and Becky's today. I'm running their hours. And there's a fellow and I who have run each other's hours. He's not a part of this community. I'm hoping he comes over. Priscilla Hughes. That would be my little sister, Priscilla. Glad you came. I just shared that we reached the 1,000 mark, and now we're working on our content. And so I'm really, I don't edit. I use my phone, and what you see is what you get. I wish to God I could do that, truthfully. There's another person, another channel. Her name is Nuffin, Nuffin, edited. If somebody could drop that link, please, I'd appreciate it, because she does that too. I mean, Nuffin edited. YouCut Video Editor is a great app for your phone. Okay. I use WeVideo at this point, and I don't like using my phone, because my phone is not a giant phone, and I got 58-year-old eyes, even though thank you for coming by, Hella Artsy Dude. Glad you were here. I had cataract surgery last year, and so I've got, should have better eyes, but there was a little foul up on that, and I made a mistake. We won't go into that today. So Kaylee is tearing down a lawnmower without my real tools. Well, or what? Excuse me, Jim Bertrand. No, Jim is tearing down. I thought Kaylee. I'm tearing down a lawnmower. I'm not sure which one is tearing it down, but thank you, RV Weekends. She has a great channel over there. No, Priscilla, let's not talk about my eyes. That probably was one of the errors of my life. So here's what I'd like everybody to do. So we're going to talk a little bit about networking, and I wish there was a couple of people in here that I know have, done this similar to how I've been doing it. So, Priscilla, don't be smart. We'll go walk up on the roof. Also, if you have time right now, if you could hit the like button, if you feel like hitting the like button, don't do it if you don't. And please feel free to share this out to whatever social media community you have. That would be really great. Very helpful, potentially. See, I'm not sure how yet, but I know it is. Because I'm told by people who have been doing this a while. And Susan at New Horizons, welcome. And I really thought that my surprise was bigger than it was. I didn't know that anybody really saw or knew that I had reached that 1,000 friend mark. That's okay. It just tells me more about I should be looking at people more closely. And thank you, Van Vita. You're doing a great job, because it's hard to keep up sometimes with people coming in the room. And so on to some networking chat. And we did this the other day, and I've done it a few times. So if you're a moderator, if you could please, let's start with them, drop your links. Drop your links if you're a moderator. And if so if you see somebody in here you don't have, go over and check them out. I don't mind if you leave and you come back. Go over and check them out. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, and just let them know that burning up the roads. What is Slow-Mo calls us butter? BUTR, butter. That's funny, because if he only knew, I love to cook with butter. And let them know that you ran across them here, however you say it, ran across us here. That's what I do, is I just say, hey, I ran across you at such and such. Love your video. And I've been trying to comment on not just the obvious of the video, but I've been not just the content, like, oh, it was beautiful, because so many people have beautiful locations they're at. There is also like the editing end of it, or the music. And so I've been commenting on, hey, I really liked the transitions. You did great transitions, and the music really worked with this. And I just watched a video from, I was over at Roy and Becky's Travels, and a new channel came in that I didn't know. I went over, and literally they are a traveling family. Literally their intro brought me to tears. And the reason that it brought me to tears is, here's the deal. They're a young family, a younger family, and they are on the road now traveling full time with their children. I think they have 2 kids, grade school age, young grade school age. There might even be 3 kids. It was 2 or 3. And they're living life. Life is not living them. And they get to spend time with their children. They get to make memories with their children. They're educating their children. They're starting this early in life, this life of being able to be on the road. I didn't know it was an option. I didn't know it was an option 20 years ago, 25 years ago, 10 years ago, which I wouldn't have left, because I wouldn't have left my father. And I've always told my husband, there have been, opportunities elsewhere, but I said, I'm not leaving my dad. That's not happening. And that was fine. We stayed. I think all of you know, most likely my dad passed in April. And so we've got a new chapter in life open to us. And this is what I want to do, as I want to do full time on the road. And so, without delving further into that, and looking more at networking, I'm saying that networking brought me to people that I really am like, wow, how lucky the parents are and how lucky the children are. These people, they were part of the acceptable norm of our society, raising kids, buying house, working every day, and then they figured out there's something else in life, and that is not, hello, boom, music room. That is not what it's all about. And sinking money into something that they're not going to take with them anyways in the end of life. So it's just amazing. I'm just amazed by that this family gets to do this so early. And it made me have tears. And so, and I have become more teary in my older life, because we're starting this, I'm 58 and Richard is 51. 61. Excuse me, 61. Damn it. Darn it. I mean, I feel you burning up the roads. I had no idea I'm going to actually put this on the screen. I can do that. I know how to do that. I feel you burning up the roads. I had no idea that homesteading was a thing. My parents have a farm, but they didn't grow their own animals, or did they live off the grid? So homesteading, it's so funny that, you say that. So more than Richard, I was hoping to have, I really gotten into the urban homesteading. I thought that would be the way to go, or to get someplace that's like a tiny house and live in a tiny house and grow our own vegetables. I wanted chickens. Wanted chickens and probably some pigs, I'm assuming. And you're such a smart aleck, Richard. Well, yeah. And he said, and he's over there kill animals. Well, I wouldn't, he would, but so what of us would, but so I really had thought that's what I wanted to do. And then as so Gracie will be 63 when you go full time. So I was thinking, I was adding up the math. And I may very well live another 20 years, but that's 78 years old. I'll be 59 in a few weeks. Well, in about 5 weeks, October 2nd. Yeah, Mary Jones says, if you want to talk, come sit beside me, Richard. Who? Mary Jones said, if you want to talk, come sit beside me. Not talking off screen.
I was rambling. You were picking it up. Talking.
He was rambling. He does that. He does that. Um, I know Priscilla, but I mean, I don't think I've got dad's. I mean, I've got, dad's genes, but our dad was 94 when he died. And I don't have any really, my only really serious condition is my spine. And so I don't really have heart condition. My lungs are good. Kidneys are good. All of that stuff is good. Dad lived much longer and you're healthy like him. Priscilla, Richard is my troll. That's right. You picked it up, Jim. Dad lived much longer and you're healthy like him. Well, I don't know it's painful to live in this condition. And we've got Susan saying hello to Priscilla. And Priscilla is my best friend, separate from Richard, outside of my marriage to my husband and my son. Priscilla's my best friend, and all my sisters know it. It's just the way it is. We were raised together. We don't even have memories of them living under the same roof as us. I do my sister Patricia, but just her coming and going. She was in high school and she got married right out of high school. So I don't remember her, I just don't remember any of them. And so it's just Priscilla and I, it's just Priscilla and I. Now, two other sisters live in the area. Nancy, who allegedly can't get on here. Trolling and rolling Lucretia has made it laugh out loud. All right. So, did everybody drop their links? That's what I want to know. Did all of the moderators drop their links? I don't see it. I could have missed it. Because I want to make sure that, thank you, Kenneth. All right. I see him now. I see some of them. So it's important because this is the way we do it. We find somebody we're interested in. We go watch a video, leave genuine comment, and like, subscribe, hit the button. And I've done that with about 900 people. So it's time consuming. Jim, it basically, yes. So my back is, I've had I think it's 12 back surgeries. It's 11 or 12. And so I would call it successful. It's going to be a while. I had my wound open up a little bit, but it's pretty well closed up. I went to wound care and got help for that. So I'm thinking that it's healed. It's healing, but I can't even do for 90 days after surgery. My surgeon, well, his assistant who does all of the aftercare, and obviously they know me well and they know everything about my back. They don't want me doing any physical therapy for 90 days. And they want me to do only 5 pounds of lifting for 90 days. And some of the symptoms are gone. So that's where I see success, obviously. Some of the symptoms are gone. And one of them that was very painful and was making me not want to take a right-footed step, like step down on my right foot, that's gone. Kaylee, so it is scary, but I had really, I'm lucky because my surgeon is a neurosurgeon and he's exceptional. And he's a great surgeon is all I can say. And I got very lucky. So when are you scheduled to have surgery, or are you looking at having surgery? Bousher Street. Scar tissue is what's going to hold you up. Okay, so scar tissue is exactly why my wound opened up. He has had, so I've had 2 fusions. So I've had a lot of smaller surgeries, minimally invasive surgeries. And then I've had 2 massively invasive surgeries where there were fusions and they went straight over my spine. So he's had to cut through area in this area 3 times to go and take out all the hardware because it was what was putting pressure on a particular nerve root. And so you're right. Scar tissue sucks. Kind of like the big C. Well, no, I guess it's the big C now. The C virus. And Priscilla, you would love Forever Best Friend. You really should check her out because it's exactly what her channel name says. And they do Camp Squad. I don't know that I've ever seen you. Let me find, where'd you go? Right there. I'm going to write your channel name down here so I can be sure to go back and visit you. Thank you for coming by. I just reached my 1,000 friends and talking about that a bit, and also some networking. So I have been going to networking channels, and some of the people, couple of the people in here are from that community, and it actually has worked very well. I've got some good, solid. I've got some good, solid friends now, and I'm very picky. I'm pretty picky. I wasn't super picky at the end when I was at 980. The last 18 was a pain in the butt. It took me like 6 hours. And then I went to a particular site, and super sweet girl, very helpful. I checked out the channels first before I said, hey, here's what I'm looking at. Within 5 minutes, 22 people, 5 minutes. And so I've went back, I've watched everyone, and subscribe and become friends with them, made that connection. Left them some bananas, painted some front porches. I was at Tommy Travels last night, and Tommy Travels, Joven Peja Films. I know that you're one of the people that I have made connection with. That was foolish, Richard. Peja, P-E. That's the reason I remember the name. Peja. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Peja Films. Okay. So welcome to you too. Thank you for coming by. It really does make me feel good. Watching from the mountains of North Carolina.
All right.
Thank you. Glad you're here. You pronounce it right. Joven Peja Films. Well, thank you. I'm glad I do, because I have a name that people mispronounce all the time. My name is Lucretia. Gambling Granny. Yes, ma'am. Also one of my new friends. Hello. Hello, Gambling Granny. And I am burning up the roads. I burned up the roads to 1,000 friends, and now it's like 1,031. I have a plan going forward, so that thank you, Van Vita Travels, so much. You're doing a great job. Head neuro was tops in the region. Before I could get there, he split. It was discovered that he caused a number of deaths. Well, thank you so much. Well, anything can happen, truthfully, and anything did happen to me 5 years ago. I almost died, and I'm genuinely almost died within just a couple minutes if somebody had not caught it. But it wasn't the surgeons. Everything rolls downhill to the surgeon. So he left orders that it was after a 3-level fusion, and the pain was, I wasn't expecting the level of pain that it was. Simple Meme, welcome. Glad you are here. Glad you're here. I'm so glad. And if you haven't had a chance to hit, let's see where we're at. How many friends do we got going on right now? 21 in the room. We've had 26 thumbs up. If you haven't had a chance to hit the thumbs up, you feel like it's a good idea, please go ahead and do so. As Tommy Travel says, correct that mistake. So, where was I? I was at needing some kind of supplement for my brain because I have too many things going on at once.
Tommy Travel?
Yeah, I mentioned Tommy Travel. Oh, well, so I've gone and I have participated in networking, and it has paid off, and we'll see if it really pays off in the long run. But and I feel okay about it. I'm seeing the results and people coming to the channel, watching videos. And so I was listening to Roy and Becky today, and obviously going forward, we continue to grow the friendship group. I'd say family group, but my little sister would then be in tears and leave the chat. But growing the friends will continue, but head first into okay, Mary, thank you. And so where I was at is I had just said I had the surgeon had given orders for me to have a certain amount of morphine, I believe it was. And I don't react well to morphine. I didn't realize I didn't react as well as I didn't react. And so I still had drugs from the surgery in me. They tried getting me out of bed. And by the way, they dropped me on the floor. I hit my head on the nightstand. And then I have vague memory of that. It's like in a cloud. I was like in a cloud. I didn't feel any pain. And that's probably because they had way over medicated me on morphine. So they weren't paying attention to my body signals that even though I could maybe have 8 milligrams of morphine or whatever, that it wasn't working well in my body. And so she gave me, and my sister remembers, my older sister remembers, she gave what I think lovely amigo, hello to you. Welcome to the chat. Gave me a big dose really fast of morphine and left. And I was bubbling words at that point. I couldn't speak, and she still gave me 8 milligrams of morphine, and I was bubbling words. And I don't know if I had pissed this lady off and she didn't like me or what, but my sister and my husband noticed that there was something wrong, and they grabbed a CNA, and the CNA went to get a nurse, and the nurse was trying to put it off. And the fact of the matter was I had about 3 minutes left to live, and they had to bring a crash team in and save my life. And I went to ICU for 3 or 4 days, something like that. And by the way, I thought they were still trying to kill me in ICU. By the time I realized I'd been over medicated, and if you're a nurse, I also can't use Compazine. It says it is deadly to me, mixed with other medications. So that's that. I still love the hospital. And a nurse teacher took over my case because she wanted to figure it out and use it as a learning experience. My near-death experience was a learning experience. All for science. So, yeah, van life rocks. But I did discover one thing. I did discover a particular yogurt in the hospital that I fell in love with. Oh, your wife is a surgical nurse. It was a surgical nurse. It was the on the floor nurse. I bet she's seen a lot of crazy stuff. I've had to watch the videos, so not, obviously not my videos, but I've watched these surgeries. I'm someone who has to see it. Before I got my knees replaced, because I've had both of them replaced, I watched the surgeries of how they replace a knee. It's violent. A knee replacement is violent. And by the way, they do similar stuff as my dad did as a master carpenter. They use chisel, and they use little saws, and they use drills. And I told my orthopedic surgeon, I said, Dr. Shaw, if you ever decide not to be a surgeon, you could become a master carpenter. Yeah, morphine. I vomit like crazy. It's not a medication you want me on. I know, Kaylee, and I have a bunch of it sitting in my refrigerator, and it's just mine. I share all the food in this house with everybody, but that yogurt belongs to Mama. Rayleigh Creative Travel, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Just talking about having reached the 1,000 friend mark. Now working on the hours. Knee surgery is intense. Richard had both of his done at one time. He is way more physically fit. I do wish now that I'd had both of mine done. And unfortunately, when I, after each one of those, so the first surgery, I went to rehabilitation for like 7 days or 10 days. I got out on October 31st. I remember that it was Halloween. And it was extremely, I mean, I was doing well. And, but I chose to go to rehabilitation so I could get a jump on. It's as I always do. I want to do better. I want to do more. It's just inside of me. Thank you. Thank you so much. And so I got out, and within and so at about third week after surgery, I went to get in our truck, which is not super high. It's not high. It shouldn't be a normal person. I have a 28-inch inseam, okay? My legs are short. And I kicked my leg up just slightly. So please, if you're a nurse, don't gripe at me. I only kicked it gently up, and I massively tore in the other leg. So it was, I think it was the left leg. So I kicked my right leg up, and maybe it was my right leg. So anyways, I tore massively the lateral quad, massively. And I had to, an ambulance had to come and get me. I couldn't straighten my leg. I couldn't walk, couldn't put pressure on it at all. I was in the hospital for 24 hours. And that by then, this spasm that was just locking my leg up, they were able to get it to dissipate, and I was able to walk with putting a brace on. Hello, RV Ashes in April. Thank you. Good day to all. Absolutely. I was sharing one thing, most important thing for me today is that we reached our 1,000 friend mark, and now we're working on our, we are now working on our hours. So we're at 1,031 when I came in the room today, and 323 watch hours. And so now we're going to be doing more content, which I'm excited to do. I have some ideas. Bang Time Pool just stopped by to say congrats. One of the people I've ran across out there. And by the way, I love to play pool. If I could have I always thought I wanted a pool table, my own pool table. But when I stopped drinking, I stopped going into most places in this town. Okay, I don't know about other places, but places in this town, I would have to go into a bar, and I was a bar drinker. And so I'm just not, I don't want to do that. I can't do it. But maybe someday I'll be able to find that available to me somewhere. And by the way, it's been 25 years, so I probably don't even know how to play anymore. So I was talking about one of the tools I implemented and following. So originally I ran across it at the idea of networking. I ran across at Tommy Travels, and wow, that was not the way I learned it. Okay, the fastness, the quickness of it. So when I first really got involved in my YouTube channel and this community, it was with Bob from Blue Wave Odyssey. So if somebody could drop his link too, because I know there's a few people in here who may not have him or know him. He's the one who taught me how to do this right. No S for S. We don't even use the S word in chats. I've got a lot of friends. I've got some family, and I've painted a lot of doorways. That Tommy Travels last night chuckled at that. I told somebody, so I would find somebody, go over, watch their video, leave a meaningful comment, and I know what a non-meaningful comment looks like. I've read them, and then I come back to the chat. Okay, so but I wasn't doing it that way with Bob. What I was doing is I have a tablet. I'll show you something here. This is how I was originally doing it. For instance, this is a page I still have to do. So this whole tablet is people, is channels. And then when I get it, do it, I cross them off. So that's how I was doing it, and that is extremely time consuming. So I would watch a whole hour of somebody writing down the names of the channels, and okay, so this is a good point. So yes. Now, but I'm seeing the fruition of that is coming to fruition, because there's people in my chats that I met on, say, Tommy Travels, or oh my God, I can't believe I forgot his name. Oh Lord. Tiger Tube channel. Hello to you. So I'm seeing people come over to chats. They're coming to my videos and watching, making a comment, and coming back. So it is turning out that, so I am from United States, Oregon in the United States, and on the West Coast. Where are you from? The TR show. That's it. TR. So if somebody could please drop TR and Tommy Travels links, those are two extremely reputable networking channels. And by the way, it's over at the TR show. His spirituality that comes out and is a part of his communication. John Mercury, hello, welcome. So Gambling Grannies from Illinois. World According to Jim, Bend. I think us Oregonian are going to need to do a meetup. There's like 4 I can think of. There's one north of you, Jim. His channel, he does some beautiful, beautiful work. I can't think of it off the top, but when I look at my list, I know who he is. California travel videos. And if you haven't had a chance to hit the thumbs up, that would be great. And feel free to share us out to any of your community, social network community. And so I have been going to these networking channels, and there's quite a few that feel very comfortable because they're firm about how to do it. They tell us, go watch their video, make a meaningful comment. There's one woman who really pushes meaningful comments, and not the S for S that some people are used to. And I understand that. Yeah, this is cute. Greetings, Lucretia. You can guess where we're from. Yes, ma'am, or sir. I can guess where you're from, and I've watched some of your stuff. And so, Tiger YouTube, you're from India. Are we friends, Tiger YouTube? I can actually check that out. See, because I got this on my laptop, I can check out Tiger YouTube, and I'm going to do it right now as we're talking. And just to see, I will watch your video. after this chat, because I haven't become adept enough at that. I've watched Tommy do it, and I've watched TR do it, where they'll watch a video right then and there. We are not friends yet, but we will be friends. Okay. Well, check what is your channel about, first of all. And here's one of my gripes. The best place in the world to see some amazing gaming videos. I usually play with my best friend. Together we play tons of video games, including Minecraft. If you love gaming videos and see friends play. So I don't game. My son games a whole bunch. He games a lot. And that is a lot of what his channel is about. So that's something you can do. Check and see if it's somebody that you want to connect with, and either do it or go back and watch it later. Just looking at the chat. Bousher Street. I do too. So I'm not a gamer. So I say it. I'm not a gamer, but guess what? I watched a game the other day that blew me away because it was like the Old West. It was it was cowboys, and there was bad guys and good guys, and they were they had to go and find some food. It's just, I was shocked. They were dressed in cowboy gear. They had horses they were riding in the snow, which was attractive in and of itself. And of course, they were having trouble finding food. I've never heard of such a game. I mean, it was a fully active, interactive adventure. It's an adventure game, is all I can say. So, yeah, it's definitely there's options out there. So I say, generally speaking, I'm not a gamer, but I found a game that I would play if I had time to play. So Linda, thank you so much for putting in Tommy Travels link. He is so funny, and he should have been in TV doing voiceovers. I realize these days it is the big stars. They get paid big bucks to do it because, as it turns out, those animated movies make big bucks. And so that's what this is about today, is just making sure that people know there are other options. I do not have to just sit there and wait, once a week, watch one person and one other person, although I did for months until the last month. And once I caught on and I watched Tommy Travels and TR, I thought, they cannot be the only people doing this. And no, they're not. And there's a couple people I don't like. I don't go in their rooms because I've been in them and I don't feel comfortable. It's not as straightforward about how to do it. Yep, Granny. Some of the games are fun to watch. But it's I don't have great hand-eye coordination, but the one that I watched of like this adventure with these cowboys, and at first I thought they were two real men that I was looking at their back. I didn't know it was a game until they got into the corral to get the horses, and even then it was pretty good quality. I think oh, cool. Very good. Nomadic Ratpack is telling California travel videos. If you ever get up this way, look us up. We can show you excellent boondocking sites in Central Oregon. Have you ever thought of doing like a boondocking map, and somehow putting it on maps? Because that seems like a good idea. That one of the things that Richard and I want to do is Bousher Street, the NBA games look like you're watching a real game too. Yeah, I know. And Gracie Seeking Adventures, I would love to know, Jim. Oh, I lived in Salem for 2 years. I went to community college up there, and in alcohol and drug counseling. That's where I first started getting my feet into that work. So if you are someone who's utilized networking sites, can you tell us if you've had bad experiences? First of all, let's get the bad experiences out of the way. Because I think so far my experience has been that I identified the two that I didn't care for. And if you've had some negative experiences, boy, it would sure be nice to know what those were. Okay, good idea. See, that's a good idea. I've been thinking about this since Richard and I went and did a video up at the second highest waterfall in Oregon a few weeks ago, and I still have to get that put together. And I'm thinking of doing how to do that on a map, so that people can see where these places are, and maybe put a picture with it, a little tiny picture. Have to learn to do that part of it. See, that's the technical stuff I have no clue how to do. I really don't. I wanted to use the reason, so my one notification that we were having this live today was just our banner, is because I could not figure out how to make this picture the right size, and my son was busy, and so I wasn't able to do it. So that's the reason it didn't show up on here today. But I've got to learn how to do that so that I know how to do it, and I don't need another person's knowledge. Are you doing anything exciting?
What?
If you want to share anything.
Yeah, I'm going to the restroom.
Oh boy. And so we are now talking about the networking that's not worked out well and what to look for. So I guess one of the things, is there anybody here who'd like to come up and chat? What I'm going to do is, if you'd like to come up and chat about your channel, I'm going to copy it, a link. I'm going to drop it down in the chat. And in order to chat, I need to see who you are. So if there's a blank screen, I won't let you up on screen. And I prefer to be somebody that have been here a couple times, but I'm not averse to someone brand new. So if you'd like to come up and chat about how networking has worked for you, I'd love to hear it. And I think everybody else would love to hear it too. And that includes the negative stuff, because people, we don't know what we don't know. There's things that I've dealt with or gone through on Facebook, good Lord, on YouTube, that I didn't know until I did know. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't born with the knowledge of how to make pictures a certain size. Oh, cool. If your internet will work, Nomadic Ratpack, that's great.
Now, what's up?
Are you doing anything you'd like to share? Say hello?
Hello?
Okay. Richard's the off-screen partner. He is the silent partner. And only if he'd stay silent when he's off screen.
Not true. I'm not that silent. I can be silent or I can be talkative.
Yes.
Depends what we're talking about, how talkative I can be.
Well, we are
talking about me. I'm very talkative.
We are talking about networking. Oh, camping therapy. Hello, Doreen. All right. So, Doreen, we reached our 1,000 friend mark, and now we're working on content. And Nomadic Ratpack's going to come up here when he gives me a hand wave or a thumbs up. Okay. Hey, how are you? How you doing?
We're doing great. If the internet holds out, we'll chat with you for a little bit.
It sounds good.
We're using a hotspot on a cell phone in Schmaltz, Oregon.
Shamal. Oh, I've been through there a few times.
The smoke was really bad here about 5 days ago. It was like we had fires right here, and it was all the California smoke. We couldn't even see the way over there. There's a mountain range. We couldn't
Uh-huh.
even see it for about 2
Oh,
days.
the same thing happened to Van Life with Gina Payne. She is down by Roseburg area, somewhere down
Yes.
in that area, and it was really bad.
Yeah.
So you've got a new camper?
Well, we're working on the bounder, but with life happens, and we had to quit working on it to come down and work on my sister's property because her renters moved out and trashed the place.
Oh, I know. I heard
So
that.
my summer plans changed, and so being that we can't spend our time working on the Class A with 3 slide outs that had a fire, we went and bought this.
Oh,
So
that's nice.
let me see if I can back up and give you a little better shot of it here. This
You have a nice
this is
awning too.
this is some of the mess we're cleaning up from the renters. They trashed the outside of the property worse than the inside.
Wow.
That's our metal pile. That's our wood pile that we've dug out of areas. This is almost all just from that one area where they let their son stay in a travel trailer.
Wow.
But
That's pathetic.
yeah, it is. It's life. It happens. Here's
I
the
know.
travel trailer. It's a 2007 KZ 26 footer. The body measures 24 foot. And I don't know if I can get up on the roof here. Let's see. Maybe I can. How would I do this? All the ladders are put up at the moment. Let me see if I can stand up here and give you a view of what we've been doing up here. There we go. Can you see it?
Oh, I do see it. Yes.
There's 4 325 watt panels on the roof.
Uh-huh.
For a total of 1,400 watts.
Wow.
Oh, we just got that on the roof. We haven't even put the wires through the gland in the roof yet to go to the charge controller. But and of course we put this wonderful little shade thing on here on the awning.
Uh-huh.
It actually drops down. It's almost 9 foot, and it angles out to be pegged into the ground on bungee cords and creates more shade for us. I was unprepared. I didn't bring the keys out with me.
Okay.
But that's sort of our journey. I could go grab the keys and show you the inside if you want.
If you want to. I mean, we're just chatting anyway. So so you're Troy, correct?
Yes, and my partner's Christian.
Yes, Troy and Christian. Yes, so camping therapy is that Troy? His voice sounds familiar.
Yes, it is camping. Yeah. We've talked on the phone. She has a cute little trailer. I love it. It's they come with AC built into them, and she does a lot of camping with plugins instead of dry camping, so it worked out perfect for her. It's adorable.
Right.
She put the bed in it. We've watched a bunch of her videos. Keys. Oh, they're going to be.
So while you're getting the keys, camping therapy is going to come up on screen for a few minutes and chat with us. Let me.
Excellent. Found them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So hey, Doreen, how you doing today?
Hey, I just got home from shopping and it's hot.
You're in Pennsylvania, correct?
Yeah, you kind of have to like recuperate after you get home.
Yeah, I hear you.
It is what it's saying. Temperature is 91, feels like 94.
Oh, wow.
And then you're in and out of the hot car because I was like in and out of stores. So,
it's the heat it drains. When I go into heat, it drains me. Troy, just tell us when you're ready, and what I'll do is I'll try to make. Let's see, we're gonna do this. Nope.
I got some cute little plastic baskets for the shelf in my camper.
To
put stuff in. I had bought them once, and then I thought, oh, they're not right, so I took them back, and I just went and bought them again because I really like them.
It's nice when you find something you like that can go in.
Yeah, well, they don't fit. That's why I took them back, because they didn't fit. But then I figured out that they'll fit if I turn them sideways. Because the shelf is only 9 inches deep. So if I turn them instead of this and I turn them sideways, then they'll fit.
Good. Well, so you like them and you got them to fit. All right, Troy. So I'm going to see if I can make you. Um,
So
all
I'm
right.
I'm not able to watch the chat as I'm using my phone. So
Right.
if there's any chat, like you did for me with camping therapy, if you could bring it to my attention, I'd appreciate that.
Okay, so I just put Troy on solo by himself. So he's going to do he's going to show us the inside of the camper, Doreen. So don't leave.
Can you take that comment off there,
Okay.
off the screen?
Yes.
And that'll show him better.
Let me remove this one too.
So here's
Hey, I learned the day before yesterday, I learned how to put words on my videos, like banner words like that, not talking, but
Yeah. Huh?
like how to add words to the videos. So I learned how to do that.
Cool.
I feel like each time I learn something new.
Absolutely. All right. Let's take a look inside the trailer.
okay. I want to mention there's a newbie mistake I should not have made in this trailer. You can see there's the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
And the bathroom's at the back. I love it when the bathroom is at one end of the trailer or the other because it sort of separates the living space. Our bedroom's in the front, the bathroom's in the back. There's the diner, it has a large slide out.
That's nice.
And here's the kitchen, of course. I'm not going to show the sink. There's a few dishes in it, but nice stainless steel appliances. And then we have a queen bed in the front, which
Are
we
you
have put
good full time? Are you full timing?
we're gonna go this winter and see how it works out, and then sell the house if I can handle it. I have a bone disease in my spine, which has my spinal vertebrae disintegrating.
I
But
hear
we,
ya.
yeah,
So
we went out and bought a
my
10-inch.
camper wouldn't work for you. Hello,
Yeah,
senior
yeah,
sister.
exactly. So we bought a 10-inch hybrid memory foam. It's a memory foam and coil spring mattress for the trailer for my back.
And that's a good walk around bed, so you don't have to crawl over each other.
Exactly. And then we have there's the charge controller, which is more than we need for what we're doing, and we have a 3,000 watt inverter, which is huge. And
Yes.
one of the key things I wanted was the ability to take Romex wires straight out of the inverter,
Uh-huh.
which will be mounted underneath the bed here. Of course, we're going to mount it underneath the bed down here. And right here is our actual converter for the trailer. So we're only going to be running like 4 foot of Romex out of our converter and tie it straight into the converter like we're plugged into shore power.
Okay.
So very short run, very efficient. And then our trailer will become live just like we're plugged in at all times.
What's Romex?
It's household wiring that runs through the walls in a regular house.
Okay.
There's different
cool.
gauges of it and different types. We're going to be running the same 12 gauge wire that would have come into the trailer from shore power.
Okay. So can I ask, let me ask, I got one question. So why
Yes.
mount it under the bed? Why mount the inverter under the bed?
For one for the convenience of mounting it, 2 for getting it close to the converter. So the shorter your wires ran, the less chances you have of heat and fire and delivering the power. And underneath the bed is going to be where the battery bank is. So you want your run from your battery bank very short to your power converter.
Uh-huh.
That is another chance of fire that you have to eliminate. So the batteries will be there. So the charge controller right here is going to be mounted close to the batteries for delivering the power off the panels. So that'll only be about a 3 foot run of wire. And then we're trying to get to a 3 foot or less run of wire from the power inverter to the converter in the trailer, and keeping all these runs short. We're putting a huge battery bank underneath the bed, which I can show you also if you'd like. We're
Sure.
we bought used 180 amp hour used Talb lithium cells, LiPo 4s.
Uh-huh.
We got very lucky to run across the guy that sold me the solar panels here in Central Oregon. And he just happened to have a large amount of batteries left over from building a large battery bank in his home.
Oh, wow.
He bought a pallet of these batteries and used the best ones for himself, and made me a heck of a deal on the leftovers, because this is about well, let's see, it's over $4,000 worth of batteries if they were new.
I'm gonna put there's a comment for you, Nomadic Ratpack. I'm gonna put it up for a minute, Doreen.
Okay.
Troy, be sure to have ventilation for your inverter. Batteries too, if using flood cells. That's from California travel videos.
Yes,
Okay.
and we're setting up a 24 volt system. because I've been researching solar for over 2 years. So I know pretty much most everything there is to know about solar. We're running a 24-volt system because amperage creates heat and voltage does not. With that being said, we're going with a 66-volt panel system on the roof, and the MPPT charge controller converts it down to 24 volts. And so we're only bringing in 20 amps off our roof, by the way I'm setting this up. But when it comes out of the charge controller, it's going to convert it to 55 amps of charge into 24-volt batteries. If I was running 12-volt batteries, it would convert it to 110 amps of charge, which is a lot of heat because amperage creates heat and the wire voltage does not. This allows us to keep our wire gauge at 10 gauge with the MP4 connectors and keeps the heat from transferring through the wires. Plus, the charge controller I bought allows us to run multiple 10 gauge wires into and out of it. So we don't have to spend a lot of money on expensive wires also, which is a big cost.
You know, that is one of the things, and I don't know about you. I know, Doreen, you're only going to be doing plug-in where you can plug in and I want to be able to off-grid. We want to be able to have solar and do that so we can dry camp. So when somebody starts speaking about all of the pieces, the components to this, my brain glazes over. I have not even the remotest comprehension. My husband will, but
now you have my number. You or your husband can call me, and I can school you on this so you actually know what you're talking about when you go into a solar expert and tell them what you want. We can school you on the basics of it. And so I've spent over 2 years learning all this.
Okay, when we come to that point, you know, your name definitely will be one of the ones especially being so local to us, being, you know, what is it, like 2 hours, 2.5 hours away from Eugene?
Or so. I was just in Cottage Grove 3 days ago to purchase that enclosed trailer right there so I could put my tools in it because I have loose tools laying everywhere in a town where they could easily sprout legs. Little towns are that way, you know.
Yeah, don't want to do that.
Here's the batteries. I've set them up as 12-volt cells at the moment. And as you can see, I've got a lot of them here. And I've started doing the ratings on them.
Wow.
The voltage ratings for a full charge. Now I have to do a load test on them and drop them to a depleted charge. Then I have to put the ratings on them again, what volts are left. Then I have to match my cells accordingly, mix them around to the voltage that is most equal to each other, and then recharge them and load test them to see how many amp hours these used batteries will give me. But when I'm done, this is going to be one battery. This is a 12-volt battery. That's a 12-volt battery. I'm literally going to link them across from here to here, put them underneath the bed. And as for the ventilation question, we've already set up a 24-volt fan system. We purchased the stuff to set up a 24-volt fan system that is on a thermostat control that we can adjust.
Oh, wow. Well,
and we can put it on any component in there. Like if the inverter gets warm, the fans will come on. You know, if the batteries get warm, whatever component I think is going to be the most likely component to give me issues, I can put it on that and actually cool that compartment right away.
Will you get alerts for this?
Will I get a what?
Will you have set up alerts for that? Or will you have to constantly monitor it?
I'm trying to do this on a budget of about $3,000, and I'm achieving it at the moment because it's closer to a $10,000 system I'm putting in.
Wow.
And
so you'll have to constantly monitor it to watch the temperatures.
The temperatures I'm not too worried about because of how I'm setting the system up. Nothing should get hot because of how I'm setting it up with the Romex and the short runs. And I'm using wire gauges that are 2 to 3 times what I actually need for what I'm doing. However, my main concern more than anything was worried about draining my batteries off, and my power inverter actually will shut off when it does not get the power that it needs, and an alarm will go off before it does. So I'll know not to drain my batteries off all the way. It will actually do that for me. And there's other components to the system I haven't purchased yet to finish it off, but I want to get the system up and running first, then you can add these.
Wow. Yeah, there is so much involved. And you know what just struck me is that, you know, you're obviously have competency in this, and many people do, but people, just anybody can go on YouTube and learn how to install solar, and in some cases it's not going to work out well for them, you know. I mean,
No, there's a lot of things that are dangerous with solar that they don't understand if the
yeah.
gauge is wrong. I mean, I originally a year ago or so, I was going to go with a 12-volt system, and I learned that's a big no-no with the type of power I'm trying to run. You want your battery bank as big as you can in voltage to guarantee that your wires don't get hot for what you're doing. So, you know, and I learned a lot of this from the guy I actually bought my panels from, and I've learned so much from Will Prowse. Will Prowse is one of the original people I started following, along with Bob.
I'm sorry, I watched his.
interview.
I'm sorry, I stepped on you there. I watched both Will Prowse and Bob. Bob originally, because he's the only reason I know anybody here. So, but Will Prowse is I watched his video, a couple of them. I mean, I want that, but it's not my forte. But I still watched it because I know that is stuff I should have some basic understanding of. But Richard is like standing here off camera listening, because this is stuff that he will, you know, he does have a forte in this kind of thing. Yes. But it did strike me, oh my God, you don't want to see me setting up you don't want to be living in anything I set up solar on personally.
Yes. We went so far to make our own bus bars for the batteries, because these are simple cells that are 3.2 volts. These are 1-inch copper. I flattened, ground the edges flat on them, and put holes in, because the cells have a little swelling, which actually does not hurt the cells. It's normal for a LiPo4 battery to swell a little bit with degradation when it gets older. It doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean that it's going to run away. LiPo4s hardly ever have runaway. It's a small percentage of 1% that there's danger with these, and that's why I went with the LiPo4 and why everybody else does too.
Let me greet a couple people who've come in. Yes. Gina Payne, welcome. We've also got, where did he go? I know it was here.
Gina. I love Gina. She has great videos.
She does. It's about time now, and that's a philosophy I've got going on in my head. Lily Lazaga. Lily Lazaga. I'll tell you about her when we're done here. Thank you for coming, Lily. You're adorable friend.
So Troy, when are you going out in this trailer?
We have a guy showing up to put a blowout on my sister's house so I can actually winterize it and go away, because I'm not going to do another winter in Central Oregon. I fell too many times last year on the snow and ice, and with my back, I could snap it like a twig.
Sure. Oh, and RV reviews by Air Force guy. So putting all this together, and it's time consuming, correct?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
Very time consuming.
A lot of food for thought, a lot of math, a lot of price shopping. I mean, I got my panels for $185 each from Southern Oregon Solar, from a gentleman named Bob that's on Facebook. And these panels are on Amazon. I bought 6 panels. I have 4 on the roof of this. I plan on putting 2 on the truck with a 50-foot cord. So if I don't get full sun on my RV, I can pull my truck 50 foot away, up to 50 foot away, and still plug in and get full sun on the last 2 panels. And on Amazon, these same panels by Renogy, same exact panels manufactured by the same people, were $2,400 and change for the same panels I paid him $1,100 for.
Oh, wow.
So you have to bargain shop.
Sure. I'm meant to be RVing. Thank you for stopping in. And the last couple people that came in, you may or may not know,
so cool.
We have reached 1,000 friends, and we're at like 332 watch hours. So we're working on that. And I'm very excited, because I didn't really think 1,000 seemed impossible. Really, it did. I'm just being honest. It seemed like that's just ridiculous. And why did they have to change the rules, a few years ago? And so that has been possible. And we talked about that, about utilizing networking streams that are legitimate, that actually talk about connecting with people the right way, which is to go and watch their video, leave them a meaningful comment, go back, ring the bell. If I can't ring the bell for somebody, then it's not somebody I should actually be friends with, because I'm not doing them any good in essence. It doesn't do them any good to have me just go become a friend with them and sit off to the side and not say hey once in a while. So that's one of the things we were talking about. And then Troy here from Troy. Oh, Jervis 346. Hello. Glad you're here. And again, can you tell your name of your channel, Troy? I'm
Nomadic
sorry.
Ratpack. Oh, no problem.
Yes.
I have brain farts all the time.
I have, yeah. So
I have them all the time.
there we go. So, Doreen, camping therapy. So you're not interested in doing any off grid. You just want to be able to go to a campground, I'm assuming, or some kind of a place where you can just plug in and enjoy the time there.
Yeah, and I wanted to tell Troy, you saw the video that I bought that little thing, the Stanley power station. That
I have not seen that one. The last video I watched was the making of the bed, and then life took me over.
I think it was the one after that. So it has jumper cables on it and an air compressor. Does not have an inverter. So I'm actually returning that one, and I ordered one yesterday that's bigger. It has one 110 plug, and then 3 USB ports. It still has the air compressor. It has the jumper cables, and it has a 500-watt inverter. So I just want something like if I stop at a Cracker Barrel parking lot overnight and I want to run a fan and charge my phone, and that's really all I wanted the power for.
That sounds perfect.
As far as the inverter. So, and then I will also have the jumper cables and the air compressor in case I need that for my car, but I also signed up for Good Sam roadside assistance. But if I can do it myself and not have to wait on somebody, that would be great. You know, not just like having them come out just to put air in my tires is a waste of time. So, you know, the other one was like $50 and this was $99. So it's double the cost just because it has the inverter and it has more power. But I tried one from Harbor Freight yesterday and it had 200 watts. And I tried to go to the camper. I wanted to cut the bed a little more narrow up where the Head and Shoulders is, because I made a little table to go next to it. And I don't think there's going to be room to put a blanket in between the two because it's so tight. So I'm going to take just a couple inches off the width of the bed at the Head and Shoulders where it won't be missed. And then, so I tried to use my little handheld jigsaw, my little Black & Decker, and it wouldn't power it with that 200 watts.
Those are about 400 to 600 watts to use.
Yeah, so I returned that one this morning. Plus, it was junky. It was horrible. The one from Harbor Freight. So, yeah, I took that back this morning and got my money back, and I ordered the other one last night, the Stanley.
Excellent.
I have a question for each one of you. So, in the conversation about growing your channel, are each of you? I know, Troy, you had to start over, or you're starting over, or something along those lines.
9 months break. Yep.
Okay. So in the process of starting over, how are you doing your growth? How are you handling making connections with people?
We're not going to worry about it. We're coming into live like yours and Roy and Becky's, and we talk with people like camping therapy, and it's all going to happen natural. We're not pushing for subscribers. We're not going to push for monetization. When it happens, it happens. We are going to enjoy the ride and just have fun doing it. That's what it's about for us, is enjoying the journey. It's not going to be a stressful thing for us.
Right. That's, you know, you're a smart man. You're a smart man. And how about you, Doreen? How are you doing your growth process, if you are? I mean, not everybody's even interested in being monetized. So those pieces of the puzzle don't really matter to them because they're just, you know, you want to do a YouTube channel and have fun and meet people, but that is not the main goal. So how is that part for you? I
think if I ever get monetized, I will be in shock. It's just like, I mean, I don't even know if I have 100 watch hours, and I've been on since May. So I would be really, really surprised. I do have more content that I'm going to be putting out now because I got a camper
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be going around and camping. And I have some trips planned. So I'll have more content, but still, I just don't see that happening. If it happens, it'll be a blessing. I'll be very surprised, but I'm not pushing on it. I mean, I go, like I told you the other day, I go into some live streams that aren't within our little niche, not niche, but our group. We see the same people at every live stream. So if you go into a live stream that has different people, you will gain subscribers. And I've noticed that the ones I'm gaining are mostly non-content creators.
Oh, non-content.
Yeah.
1 second, Doreen, just a second. I think I'm getting some feedback from you, Kenneth. It wasn't happening before you came on.
I don't have anything on.
Okay.
Are you using a laptop?
Yes, I am.
Okay, when you come into the StreamYard, you need to close the window before it, maybe. If you have two windows open, the window furthest to the left needs to be shut.
I only have StreamYard open.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Well, we'll see how it goes.
I have YouTube open, YouTube, but I haven't muted.
Yeah, I've got my phone, but my phone has been here the whole time and it's muted. So
I have YouTube on my phone, but
That's the feedback.
I had the sound off on my phone.
Yeah, but we're getting feedback from you.
Somehow.
maybe you could just go off of just kill the whole YouTube side. Onan TV vlog, welcome. Glad you've stopped by.
Or just use the phone for the, you can't see the chat as easily, and use the laptop for seeing the chat, and use the phone for actually communicating and with the video and stuff, and usually there's no feedback.
I think they're trying to say they gave you a thumbs up, Lucretia. On the TV vlog.
Thank you.
Did you look at the title of your live stream, Lucretia?
Say that again, Doreen.
You see the title of your live stream?
Live Monday with Lucretia.
What day is it?
Monday. Oh my God.
It's Monday. She said it's Monday. It must be Monday. I agree.
I had to double check before I came on. I was like, is this an old one or is this currently live?
Oh God. I'm sorry. That must really mess some people up.
Well, you've got 16 people in the house, so
yeah. We've been going for a little while. And so Kenneth, you travel around your area and you do some food videos where you check out different foods and whatnot. Are you looking at being monetized at some point? Is that your end goal, or are you doing it just to have fun and not worry about monetization?
I'm basically doing it just to have fun and not worry about monetization right away, because I don't want to lose my benefits that I get, and things.
Yeah.
And
I don't think we make enough money to worry about that, Kenneth. Unless you get 10,000 people or 20,000, I don't know. But I hear they're only getting pennies.
Yeah, that's what I hear too.
Yeah.
Unless they're up in the 10s, 20s, 300,000, whatever. Glorious Life on Wheels, welcome. Glad you came by. So there's somebody I want to point out here who's helped me a lot. Lily Lazaga. She has a networking channel. And if somebody could drop her link, please, I would appreciate it. Truthfully has been an angel, is one of the sweetest moderators I've seen on YouTube. And I've watched a lot, and does it the right way and helps people build. And that's what she's there for. Lily, you're just an angel in my book. And I appreciate all the help you've been to me, to our channel. Thank you very much. I'm thinking what I might do is, so is there anybody on here who won any, I never got an email from the people. I got 2 people won in my past when I did a giveaway, Amazon giveaway card, and I never heard from anybody. Is there anybody on here right now?
Kenneth, can you mute yourself for a minute? Okay, go ahead and talk.
Yep, it's Kenneth. I don't know.
It is.
Kenneth,
excuse me a minute. How about, Kenneth, you just unmute when you want to talk, and then the other part, keep it muted. Will that work?
Okay, good. Because we're not getting any feedback now, dear. So is there anybody on here who was there? Because I've not received any, I never received an email saying that you won. In the meantime.
You mean somebody that won from you? They won something from you, and they didn't get back to you?
Nope.
And well, sometimes I've seen channels give them a time limit, and if they don't get back to them, then if it's like a big prize, like was it Blue Wave was giving away a Blackstone?
Oh wow! Yes.
And the people never got back to him. So then he drew again, and they never got back to him. So then he did it in a live stream, and you had to be present to win.
Yep,
okay.
That would make sense.
But he gave them like a week, and if they didn't contact him within a week, then they were out.
I'll contact him.
So, what I'm going to do is I would like to, let me see what time it is. I would like to do a giveaway is what I'd like to do. And we're at 12:31. We're 12:31. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down, it's pretty simple because I also know I don't have a wheel. I don't know that I'm ever going to get a wheel. I just don't know that I'm going to use a wheel. I love the wheel. I've watched it on Gary's forever and daydream about nice things, but I don't know that I'm going to use a wheel. I just don't know that I'm competent enough. So I'm going to write down a number between 1 and 50. I'm going to put a circle around it. And the first person who puts the correct number in the chat, I've got a $10 Amazon gift card. Well, between 1 and 50. And Richard, you don't count. Between 1, no, you didn't guess it anyways, Richard. It's 30. We will be married 37 years, I believe. Nope. I don't see it. Stop. Let me make sure. Don't put any more numbers in. I want to make sure that's the first person. Double check. It's number 1. And it is, I believe, Boondocking with Boomer. Where did it go?
I just dropped Lily's link on there.
You must not have heard me, huh?
Okay. I know I saw it. There it is, Boondocking with Boomer, and there's no other number 1s, at least not before him. So, Boondocking with Boomer, what I need you to do is send me an email, and I'm going to put up our email address. It's CreciaK@gmail.com. And put in the heading of it, winner. Just put winner in capitalization. All right. Make sure if you could do that today, where I'm going to give until next Thursday. This is not Monday. I can't believe that. I don't know what happened. Anyways, next Thursday to have that to me. Otherwise, we'll give someone else a chance. All right. So there's our email address. And hopefully, I'll get that because that's cool. It's always nice to win a little something. I've won $5 from Bob, and I won $5 on Tommy Travels. So I have 2 of those. All right. So, Kenneth, have you done anything lately where you've been able to go out and look at a park or go out and look and do anything or do a food vlog?
No, the numbers are still up real high, and it's still kind of dangerous to be around a bunch of people. So,
Okay.
and that's another reason why we don't hardly go into a restaurant. So,
Sure.
and
Makes sense.
I like where you can eat outside.
Mhm.
yeah, we don't. We actually don't have very many restaurants. We have few here, but there's not very many restaurants here that have outside seating.
Oh, really?
Well, those are the only ones I would go to.
Yeah.
Even if, like, my son and I have been going to one with, it's more expensive than I would normally pay, but it's really nice, and we figure we're not going out as much as we used to,
Huh?
so it's okay.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they're really careful, and they have a big, huge tent outside.
We do takeout mostly if we go out to eat, and we don't eat out like hardly ever anymore because of this.
Yeah, I'm really kind of on the fence about going to Mayberry just because of that, because of the virus, and I don't know if anybody's going to be social distancing in our group, and I may be the only one that's worried about it, and so that won't be a good situation for me. So I have a reservation, but I'm not sure if I'm going or not.
I'm sorry.
Well, it is something to keep in mind because it's still there, and it is. It's. I don't think it's going away right now. So I just muted you. While when you want to talk, Kenneth, just go ahead and unmute. So there's things. That's a good point. You know, anything that involves a lot of people can be problematic. Now, I've been very lucky, and I'm not okay. So I'm following the rules of our state right now, and I know that the suggestion that there be 14-day quarantine has been removed from the list of things nationwide from the CDC. So it is, I think that it's starting to level off nationally and go down. I'm hoping is all I can say, because I will always wear a mask if I go to a store, but I have seen people wearing masks in their cars by themselves, and that concerns me. But that's just me. It's another conversation. It concerns me when I see people driving around with masks on their face. And so I feel sad for that situation. I want it to be done and over with.
Well,
I hope done sooner than later.
It's one thing to go camping in your area, and you might meet up with people from your area, and you can stay 6 feet apart. But we're talking Mayberry with like 40 channels.
I know.
How many people is that? Because it's not, a lot of them aren't just one person.
No.
And then they're from all over the United States. So they're coming from all different places. And it just makes me a little nervous. So
I don't blame you.
And there is a meetup at an event I want to go to the following weekend, but I know they're all from that general area. It's in Tennessee. And I know that they are concerned about social distancing. And it's everybody's personal preference, but I'm not hearing that about Mayberry.
Okay.
So
say something.
You know, I've said something and the subject gets changed. So I have to make my decision for me, and I can't make a decision for anyone else. They're comfortable with what they're comfortable with, and I'm comfortable with what I am.
Yes. Goodbye, Van Vita. Thank you so much for helping out today. You did a great job. You did exactly what I recommended, and I hope that you had a good time doing it.
Bye,
you have a great day. Have a great day.
I would like to say something about Papa Drew if I could.
Sure.
Papa Drew has expressed that at the family reunion, anybody that wants to wear a mask or do social distancing will not be shunned or ridiculed in any way. That he wants everybody to be comfortable where they're there, and that's one of the main reasons I'm willing to go to it.
Mhm.
Because we have practiced the mask, the social distancing. There's a bottle of 70% rubbing alcohol in a spray bottle that I keep in my truck for the post office and shopping. So with some soap in it for the the glycerin.
Mhm. It's real, and I don't know how long it's going to take, to get to a point where that's not going to be necessary, but it is necessary, and that's a good, like senior sister says. I think she's probably speaking to you. Sounds like, sounds smart.
Oh no, she's talking to Boucher Street. He says he's gone out to eat twice, and the first time just ordered finger food. Second time I brought my own utensils.
Oh, very smart. See, I got lost in the chat. I was listening to you guys. Thank you for keeping track of that, Doreen. Because that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Finger foods. Well, now we go. So most of what we get if we go out to eat right now is usually is a McDonald's or Burger King drive-through. And well, we have not really done Taco Bell much. But it's a drive-through, and they're all here wearing masks. They're using a social distancing method of handing us the debit thingy, little machine, or even here in Eugene, there have been signs where they were not taking coins and or cash. Apparently, I've not ran across that, but you're welcome, Boondocking with Boomer, and remember if to send me a email with winner on the top, and I will get you connected with your $10 prize.
So our McDonald's still, I went to a drive-through the other day to get some sweet tea. They still, you have to hand them your card.
Oh, really?
At Taco Bell, you have to hand them your card. At some places will put the machine out the window.
Uh-huh.
I mostly, when I go to fast food, like I'll go to Taco Bell and get a taco, but mostly it's to get Chick-fil-A to get sweet tea or McDonald's to get sweet tea. And Chick-fil-A, I pay on my app. So they hand out my tea to me, my gallon of tea.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hand them anything.
Oh, wow.
I'm paying on the app on my phone. So it's all done before I even get to the window.
Can you do that with McDonald's too?
I don't know if you can pay with the app on McDonald's, but on Chick-fil-A, you load money onto the app, like $25 increments, and then it just deducts it out of that when you buy something.
Okay. My son is nearby, and he said, yes, you can pay on app for McDonald's too.
Okay. So that's a good way to do it, because then you don't have anything changing hands except they're just handing you your food.
Right. Right. Okay, well, I think what I'm going to do is we're going to do one more $10 giveaway, and then I'm going to end the stream.
Your Monday stream.
Yes. Oh, Doreen, darn it! How did that happen? And I had plenty of time, and I just screwed up. But I will learn. All right, so I'm going to cross out this number 1. And I'm going to write down a number between 1 and 25. And 1 and 25 on the tablet that I've written down. And let's see who gets the first number. Right. No, Richard, you're not in it. He's such a smart aleck.
So my chat is trying to catch up. I'm going to hit my number again.
So we've got
way up in the chat.
Let's see. We've got 6, 13, 22, 6, 24, 12, 15. Yeah. Nope, it's still not in here. Huh.
What's the range?
Between 1 and 25.
Oh, that one's already taken.
It's kind of funny. Nope.
I don't know what
17.
numbers are already taken.
4, 5, 19, 17, 26, 23, 25, 13, 17, 17, 23, 9, 24, 18, 15, 9, 2. So, nope. We do not have a winner yet. It's kind of funny. Kind of funny.
I think it's 4.
Nope, not 4. There's one person who's close. Dingo. Bingo.
Bingo.
I believe it. Oh, that is not correct. I do have a winner. Zen Attitude. And the winner is 10.
Woohoo!
That's so
Number
easy.
10.
You could have got that.
Number 10. Yep.
Giveaway. This is nice.
Okay, so my email address is below. CretiaK@gmail.com. And send me an email today, please. So I'd like to have this all wrapped up because it just needs to be done with winner in the top. And I will get you a $10 gift card at Amazon. Okay. So then the other thing I was going to say is, as far as what my plan is, I don't know what Richard's plan is, but my plan is continuing to do content. And then I believe, and I need to talk with him, but I would like to add one more chat a week at some point that is more of a fun event. It's not about just sitting around chatting and coming up with a topic. I am not I'm not a game player. I just have never played games really. And I really don't do well at trivia. I suck at trivia. I am not a good trivia player. So
I've already got 5 answers before I even start to type an answer, so I don't even try.
I know, that's the same here. Same here. So I've got to find something where it would be easy for most of us to do, if I was playing. And Lily, shouting out to one of our friends that we've made along the way in the networking community, and he's here today. So if anybody has any ideas, email them to me or tell me because I'm going to start doing a little bit of research this next few days so that I can plan something for next week and also look at the schedule and see what's going on. Obviously, I've been going into the second hour the last 2 times. And I know that we can kind of, what works for us individually is what we have to do. But I really am not interested in stepping on other people's toes. I mean, and I like other channels' stuff as well. And so I have to kind of really think about it and try to plan in a way that maybe closer to the evening time as well. Because I know I miss some people because I am at 11 o'clock in the morning Pacific, 2 o'clock afternoon on the East Coast. And some of the people are actually working at jobs where they go someplace, so they don't get to be on early stuff. So I'm thinking of maybe late afternoon Pacific time, but I'm going to look at the schedule and and see what's going on in the late afternoon.
I still have this all scribbled over.
Well,
so can you tell me, have you been camping before, Lucretia?
Oh, much, yes.
Okay, you don't have a camper right now.
No, we don't. Our plan was we were going to get a short bus in December. We had it picked out. It's still being used as a bookmobile, and he couldn't part with it until December. But I've become realistic about my needs. Yeah, so it'll be around Christmas time, which gave us no time really to get it really ready to be on the road by January 1st, so right around there. So and I've been realistic about my actual physical needs, having disabilities. I need a walk around bed, or we need twin beds. I prefer not to have twin beds, but we can live with twin beds. And I need and I'm saying because Richard is much more flexible with things than I am. I need a bathroom. I need a bathroom. So those are like, after listening to the hundreds and hundreds of videos I've watched, one of the things people talk about making sure you have is a bed that's comfortable for you. You really, if you're going to be full time, you really need a bed that you're going to want to go to every night. And so I need that to be taken care of. And Richard is going to be recovering from surgery. I know how long that recovery takes. He's not going to be able to be lifting on on wood, on, anything like that. So realistically, we're looking at a class C, an older class C that we can spruce up, that we can clean up, but that has a good running engine. So that's kind of the longer answer to that. I'm nursing our travel bug. Hello and thank you very much. I'm very happy. We are very happy. Richard's very happy. So that's the deal on
the rig. Watch your steps going into the camper if he's got back issues, and are you going to tow a car behind it if you have a Class C?
That's my thought, is that we will need a car, because I don't want to be stuck. See, I want to see things. And I obviously know that a Class C of 28 to 30 feet or 32 feet is not really drivable. You're not going to be driving around sightseeing much in that. And so having a small vehicle to tow behind would be a great idea. It's going to be part of the component.
That's a great idea. That's why we're eventually going to be with the Class A.
So, Troy, you're not camping at all right now? You're just kind of preparing?
Still a homeowner. We're doing what we can, we've been out a couple times this year. Mm-hmm. Our channel wasn't on, so we didn't get a lot of any footage for much of anything at that point. We just turned the channel back on literally, I think it was Monday.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you have videos on there now?
We have about close to 20 videos from, we shut the channel down last November, I believe, end of November, somewhere in there.
So I need to go look at that.
Close to 20 videos on there. My editing skills need some, I thought I was good at it until I went back and watched my videos. Oh boy, do I need some brushing up.
I've only edited like 2 videos. So I'm like, I had to call Steve Turtle yesterday. I was like, how do I do this? I'm going to pull my hair out. It's like crazy. So Steve Turtle has a live on Friday night at 8:00, and it's about blowing up the bathroom.
Okay.
And he's holding his nose like this. So he has a place where you can comment. I guess it's on his community page. He wants like questions ahead of time so they can talk about it.
So 5 p.m. and that'll be Eastern.
I'm sorry, Troy, what?
I was trying to get Lucretia's attention.
Oh.
What was it, dear?
Earlier, I mentioned a newbie mistake I should not have made, being that I've been RVing all my life.
Uh-huh.
And I was just so distraught with chasing RV after RV, being overpriced in Oregon and losing out. I'm halfway there, and the people are like, "Oh, somebody bought it." And it's like, I was on my way there. I thought, I'm bringing cash, sort of thing. And I kept missing out on RVs. And when I found this one, it was, pretty clean, pretty nice. The people had taken fairly good care of it. But I made one of the most severe newbie mistakes I thought I would never make. And you need to pay attention to this. My slide out comes in. And when the slide out comes in, what am I locked out of?
Bathroom.
The bathroom. We had to go buy a porta potty to set in the entry door for traveling, because I cannot run that slide out in and out just to use the bathroom when I'm traveling. So be aware of that severe newbie mistake I made, that when your slide out comes in, can you access your bathroom? Can you access your refrigerator? Those are the 2 main things you need to look at when you're purchasing an RV, if it has slide outs.
I watched another video of a person who is actually full timer, and that is a mistake they made. And they're full timing. So, and they had some experience with buying, and they still weren't paying. They liked the layout, and they just weren't paying attention to once everything comes in and closes up.
I bought it with the slide out. I saw after I paid for it, they ran the slide out in for me. I walked up in it. I'm like, oh crap. Oops. And I'm
So,
like, well, I bought it. I like it. Oh, well, I'll deal with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Troy, is your channel Two Guys and Rats and Dogs?
Yep.
That's
2
you.
rats,
Okay.
2 dogs, and 2 guys.
Okay.
That's why we call the Rat Pack. We have the Chihuahuas that I call my little rats, and Christian actually has 2 fancy rats, which are adorable, amazing, and intelligent. Wow. They're
Wow.
I
That
never
would
thought
not
to
be in
about
my
it.
camper.
They have a
You
big
know,
cage.
they are really cute. They are
No,
very,
they're
very
not.
cute.
No, they're not.
They're spoiled and fat.
No. No.
Doreen,
They get a
I'm
lot
not
of
a rat
attention.
person either, but you know, I am. There's people who aren't dog people, and I love dogs. You know, I absolutely love dogs and cats, and I love most all animals. I do not like reptiles. I truly, I have blackout fear around snakes. Really blackout fear.
Oh, he's going to bring a rat over. Look at
I
that.
know.
No,
You'll
no.
see, it's
No,
not.
I'm not.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I think you get one. They're in the house if you want. They're fat. They're spoiled. They get about 2 hours of attention a day at a minimum. They
Oh,
actually
wow.
need the socialization. It's amazing, and they're
You
very
saw that
clean.
movie, right? What was that movie called, Ben? When the guy had all the mice or the rats running all over the house and they took over?
Yeah, Ben.
Ben. Yeah.
That's long time, like 1980s movie.
Yep.
Long time ago. I don't know that I'd watch it now. I'd probably have nightmares.
Well, we have a blue light. It's amazing how clean the rats actually are. When we put the blue light on them, they clean more than a cat does too. Grooming ones, yeah,
Oh,
it's
wow.
amazing how much they groom.
All
So
right,
if it's up
guys.
to us, we keep their cage clean and they stay clean. So
Oh,
you know,
Ben was Boondocking with Boomer said Ben was the song. What was the movie where the guy had all the pet rats? He was like a rat hoarder. There was a movie, right, Lucretia?
Yes, no, there was a movie.
Oh,
So Ben was the song. Was that Michael Jackson?
Yes.
Yeah.
The movie about rats. I can't think of the name of it.
Oregon.
But that Flowers for Algernon. I mean, the name of that is very familiar, but I don't know if that's the one I'm thinking.
Willard was the movie. Willard.
Willard, yes.
Yeah.
And yep, you and Boondocking said it. Willard was the movie.
I didn't think of it. I'm reading his comment. I'm not good at trivia. See, I'm not the trivia one.
The other movie is Ben.
Yeah.
The other one is right.
Ben is actually the song. Willard is the movie.
Right, but there's a movie Ben.
Is there one too?
But Ben is. I think that Ben is the original movie and Willard is the sequel.
Okay, I'll look. Yeah, might be. All right, guys. Well, I think at 2 hours we're going to cut this off. I appreciate everybody coming today and doing a little celebration with us for our 1,000 friends. And Senior Sister, yes, that's why that name is familiar. I was in school in the 70s. I graduated in 1979 from high school. So, yeah, I'm old. And that's why.
That's right. We got 1,000 now.
It's going to be an interesting few days of him quitting smoking because I know he's just antsy, super antsy. All right. So thank you guys so much for coming today and the people that came from the networking community.
Thanks for allowing me to come on.
Thank you, Kenneth. Thank you, Troy and Doreen for coming up and chatting with us today. I appreciate that very much. All right.
Have a good one.
You
Bye.
too. Bye-bye.
You take
Bye.
care.
You too.